Blacking out at a party and telling them to call your boss if you need help is not the best idea. The hungover actor looked sickly. Then a police cruiser drove up. I didn't think there were any other ways this shoot could be derailed. After a wild night of rescuing my friend from a frat party, I found myself juggling hungover actors, missing cast members, and a script that suddenly felt impossible to shoot. So today's lesson is when the unexpected happens, sometimes all you can do is roll with the punches. To pick up the story from last week, we went to check on this actor the morning after his booze-filled frat adventure, and he woke up understandably hungover. But we got him to the CI to eat food, drink water, and start to recover.
I need food.
He apologized after we filled him in on the previous night, and I said I was just glad he was okay. But deep down, I didn't like how easily the society had brought him there, gotten him comatose drunk, and then left us to deal with it. But we still had a shoot planned for that day, and 2 actresses and our cameraman had already cleared their schedules for it. So I pressed to shoot that day if we still could. We split ways to prepare at that point, and I grabbed my Pelican case full of gear after making sure the batteries were charged and the SD card was empty. Then I went to Penn Park to shoot the scene, in which Jack runs into a couple of Julia's British dancer friends, and our hungover actor actually managed to make it out by around 11:30 a.m. But the only thing worse than showing up hungover is not showing up at all. Alex Hackworth and Amyleigh Hoffine both arrived early, but the other actress was nowhere to be found. After I couldn't get a hold of her, I quickly rewrote the scene on the spot for the 2 people we did have, and that was how Amyleigh got a little more screen time, but the other actress never ended up appearing in Carpe Diem at all. Then a police cruiser drove up, and I started getting flashbacks to the scene from Season 3, Episode 2, and the officer approached us and asked if we had a permit to shoot in the park. We were shocked. I didn't think there were any other ways this shoot could be derailed. We admitted that we didn't have one. We were just students that had walked across the street from Whittier College. He said that we could technically shoot there, but without a permit, the camera wasn't allowed to touch the ground. So we had to take it off the tripod and hold it by hand if we wanted to continue to shoot in Penn Park. We agreed to do that, and I was grateful that we were allowed to, but I still thought it was kind of a weird law to have that we could shoot, but just without a tripod. At that point, the officer left and we could continue. And having Alex behind the camera was fantastic. I was glad to have him and his knowledge of filmmaking on set with us. Although it also made me miss Aaron Shee a little bit and the years of film history that we had together. We all did the best we could that day, but when I watched the footage, it was unusable. The hungover actor looked sickly. Amyleigh joked he looked closer to 40 than 18, and unfortunately, I agreed. For context, this was what he was supposed to look like, and this was how he'd shown up. He'd been in a theater production before the party from the night before, and he hadn't taken off the makeup from the show, so there was still gray in his beard and hints of eyeliner around his eyes. It just didn't match the rest of the film. On the bright side, we did get some good bloopers.
No.
It's Amyleigh, not Amyleigh. Okay, Amy, here's what you actually gotta do. Okay. Bow, bow, wow. Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it was him being hungover or what, but no filter whatsoever that day.
Hey, girl, are you a dancer?
Yes, I
'Cause I'd
am.
like to have sex with you. Hey, I just met you.
And this is crazy.
This is crazy. But I have a place. So me maybe?
There you go. That's what I'll say in your ear.
Please do.
Now, my friend didn't get in trouble for this because he wasn't being paid, and it was, to be honest, still a little unclear whether I was doing him a favor by putting him in the film, or if he was doing me a favor by acting in it. Plus, we were friends, so it wasn't unforgivable, just inconvenient. I was more upset with the party hosts who'd peer pressured him into drinking, hadn't told him how much they were giving him, and then left me to clean up the mess. However, in general, blacking out at a party and telling them to call your boss if you need help is not the best idea. Neither is showing up hungover to work. But all of that is worse if it's a creative project, because chances are, if someone flakes, there's no backup, and it'll either be a bad product or an incomplete one. This time, the product was so bad we couldn't even use it. Spoiler alert, we ended up reshooting that scene in the spring after I had some time to add additional content to try to justify the reshoot. And honestly, I think the film was better because of it. So at the end of the day, this wasn't a bad thing, but at the time I was frustrated as hell and wondered if we'd ever get that scene added in. That experience taught me how quickly plans can unravel and why sometimes you just have to roll with those punches. I wondered how I'd be able to get scenes shot without college interruptions like the previous night, and I decided I'd try to get a scene or two shot during breaks from school instead, and luckily Thanksgiving break was right around the corner. Fun fact, I bought an Amtrak ticket to take the train home for Thanksgiving, and on the ticket it said LAX to SNS, so I took a 2-hour bus and train ride out to LAX. However, when I arrived at LAX for the first time and walked up to someone who worked there and asked where I should go, I was told there are no trains connecting to the airport. I'd have to go to Union Station to get to my train. I Googled where that was and found it to be at least an hour and a half from LAX. I asked why the ticket said LAX if it was actually for Union Station, and I was told that Amtrak uses 3-letter acronyms for each train station, and the acronym for Union Station was LAX. That sounded pretty stupid to me since the airport was already known by that acronym, but it was too late. I was too far from Union Station to make my train and was stuck at LAX with nowhere to go. There wasn't another train to Salinas until the next day, and Whittier College had already kicked the students out for break. Because of that, I ended up having to buy the cheapest plane ticket I could and fly home instead. I felt frustrated that I'd cost myself more money, but I also didn't know how I was supposed to know that Amtrak used the letters LAX for Union Station. It almost felt like something that would happen in Europe during the Carpe Diem trip, except this time I was alone, but with a working cell phone, luckily. So word to the wise, Amtrak's LAX is not LAX, it's Union Station in downtown LA. All in all, keeping Carpe Diem alive was a real challenge with our lead actors spread hundreds and even thousands of miles apart. But you'll have to tune in next week to hear about how we reunited some of the original cast over Thanksgiving break to shoot scenes that finally brought new life to the film.
Camera rolling.
Camera rolling.
And action.
You wouldn't happen to be a dancer, would you?
Yes, I am. Why do you ask?
I'm a friend of Julia's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's dancing right now, so I thought I'd just go walk around meet new people, you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're friends. We dance together sometimes.
Good stuff.
Okay. Are you an American?
Yes, I am.
Oh, I love Americans.
Excellent.
Cut. Okay. Facial relationship. You got to be closer together for camera.
Okay.
It's a little bit far away. I couldn't get you in the frame at the same time.
Okay. I can see that.
With a little awkward
And you didn't take a drink of water.
Oh, I was supposed to do that.
Oh, action.
So basically, we've been traveling around Europe, you know, looking for parties, good times. Absinthe in Paris, fun parties in Barcelona, and we met up with an old friend in Venice.
That sounds like quite a good time. You must have had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was quite a time.
What was your favorite pie?
Paris, definitely Paris.
That sounds
Amazing
so
city,
good.
just dirty and beautiful. I love the people there. Good
That sounds
bookstores.
so great. I wish I could do something like that. I don't mean to sound too forward, but I have an apartment nearby, and I was wondering if you would like to maybe
Yes, I would.
Cut. Okay.
Was that good?
That was actually really good. I like that. Let's see. Blocking.
yeah.
You're gonna stand after you say yes, I would. You're gonna